Me here today.
Well, my name is Paulette Rolle-Alesnik. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you as well.
Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Excited.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I want to thank COAS for letting me use this room. It's a beautiful room.
Yes.
It's a great community and all the business they do up here. Where are you from, Paulette?
Oh, that can be a long answer. So I'm originally from the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and I moved to America in 1992. So
From,
I
from the
moved,
Bahamas.
yeah. I'm originally from the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, moved to America. I call it my coming to America story. In 1992. I moved to Tampa for education and never went back.
What is that brief, if you don't mind sharing that story? What is the
The coming to America story? Oh, you really want to hear?
I want to hear it, of
Oh my
course.
God, be here all day. Well, they call it my coming to America story. So, I'm younger, and I always knew I wanted to further my education. I started studying in my hometown in the Bahamas, and I'm studying the arts because naturally I was naturally good at dancing, acting, So I heard since I was
The arts.
the arts, yeah. So without training, I did that on my island because there was still to this day, there's not a professional theater or dance studio. So I would gather all of the girls, and I don't recall of the boys, but I don't know if the boys are with us, but I would gather them and we would do plays and we would do skits. We would put on costumes and do Bahamian folklore dance. That's what I was doing. I heard since I was knee high to a grasshopper. So that was a natural thing for me that I believe God had given me as a part of my purpose to this world. So I knew I wanted to further
Did
that.
you know about Broadway and all that?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we had books. Not so much we had British TV, the BBC, but I heard about Broadway and all that stuff. That was the goal when I first came here.
Okay.
Because don't forget, the Bahamas is one of the top vacation spots in the world. So we would always have American tourists that came by the island. So I came here with the notion of studying at a place where I could dance and show off and do all of that. But God had a different plan, even though I ended up coming here to do that. But God had a plan. I came to Tampa on my way to Atlanta because I was accepted to a school in Atlanta that I could afford. And then from Atlanta, I was supposed to go to New York. That didn't happen.
You know the old saying, God says, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Right?
Because your plans ain't going to happen.
Not at all. It was different. But here's the thing, though. The goal, the desire that God gave me, it still came full circle because I had that desire to be visual, to do visual things. It's like it was innate in me. It still is. That's why I love the arts. But when I came here, it was a Friday. It's like a book. I can write a book about it. Friday afternoon, on the way from the airport to the apartment I was going, it was my sister's best friend, just a temporary stay. So I was going to do the whole dormitory thing. So my sister's friend picked me up and she said to me, Paulette, what would you like to eat before we go home? I said, well, I read that Tampa has a lot of Puerto Ricans or Latinos. Can I have Puerto Rican food? She says, okay, we're going to start with this place called La Perecita. We stopped there, and back then they've renovated it now. It was just a small juk
Is that in
place.
Tampa?
Yeah,
Okay.
very popular on Columbus and Del Mabry. So we sat at the outside, what they call the bar was to go. And here I am sitting myself, my friend, my sister, and this gentleman who is Puerto Rican. I sat next to him. Oh, hi, hello, and just ignored him after that. And he's trying to talk to me, right? I'm like, well, don't be talking to me. You're right. It's like stranger danger. I'm still from a small island. So I'm like, don't be talking to me, right? And he was grown as grown could be. And I'm a young lady now. And he just said, hey, he leaned over. He said, I hear your accent. Where are you from? And that I love to talk about my culture, my family. And
he found the trigger.
He found it, and we started talking. All three of us talking heavy accent. I don't even know if he understood half of what I said, but what he did understand, Don, he heard that I danced. He heard that I danced in the casinos back in the Bahamas. He heard that I'd accomplished much in my country with very little training. So he said this to me, oh, my church goes to the inner city of Tampa and we teach these children how to dance. We teach the kids about God. We would love for you to come and dance. I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, dude, you do not want me to teach American kids the dances I do in the Bahamas, not in the casino. But that was the funny story because I I know that was a God moment. I tell people for me to come from the airport before I landed, I'm sitting next to this guy. He ended up being a pastor. He invited me, he and his wife, after we did some security check, picked me up, took me to the inner city of Ybor. It was called College Hill. I'm from an island and we're poor, and I'd never seen that level of poverty in my life. I was like, wow. So it was that Saturday. They picked me up Saturday morning. And when he said teach them to dance, I don't know what I thought he meant, but in my mind, it wasn't how it went. Because when I got there, they just like threw me in the deep end. He goes, hey, Pastor Jen, this girl is a dancer. I'm like, no. So here I am, hundreds of kids on the tarp.
Threw you into the walls.
They threw me right in the deep end, like, oh, she's going to do a dance workshop. Kids, stand up. I'm like, okay, I guess we got to do this. So I was trained in certain dances, but mostly at the time modern, right? Hip hop, but the Bahamian style. But the stuff that you didn't want to teach your kid. And I just wing it. And it happened. The kids had so much fun. They're like, teach me some more. Teach me. Oh, you talk so cute. And they're, like my accent.
Is that when you knew that you were on a different path?
That's when God just hooked me. I couldn't get away that day. This was College Hill. To this day, I can walk to the spot on a blue tarp, hundreds of kids. And then, so in come the pastor, his pastor, which is a very famous pastor. If I call her name, you would know her today. She comes and roller skate and go, hey, who's this girl? The kids are having fun. And she invited me to church the next day and introduced me to the church. And that took me down a path of, when I said, in global recognition. So I'd never made it to Broadway, but I've danced before as many people as probably more than I would on Broadway. Definitely made more influence. I've danced on every continent and I've acted on every continent in the world because of that one Friday, because of that one connection.
That's how it happens.
Right? So, and everything, even where I am today with the book, and people go, how did you get this? What happened? I said, it started with a dance. It all started with a dance.
With a dream. You wanted to be somewhere. You didn't want to sit there and let your life go to waste. I want to pursue something. Yes. Well, what is your book? Tell me more about your book, if you don't mind.
Yes, I will. So, and this is for you.
Well, thank you.
This book is for you. This is my new book. I'm so excited because I wrote other books. I wrote other books on dance.
On dance, okay.
Yeah. So this is your book, sir.
My Journey to Financial Freedom with MSOI.
Yes, that's intentional.
What is MSOI?
Multiple streams of income.
Multiple streams of income. A guide for women seeking financial freedom. Speaker, coach, investor, Paulette Rolle-Alesnik.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me more about this. What is the journey for this?
Thank you. So, like I was saying, it all started with the dance. How I got into multiple streams of income because of the dance.
Because of the dance.
Yeah. So that story, when I was dancing and moving around the world, like I said, it started with teach the children to dance, then open a dance studio. The demand came, and then I wrote a book. Somebody's like, there's a book in you. So I wrote a book on dance, which sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds on Amazon. It's called I Dare to Dance with Him, right? Still on Amazon.
That's
you
a good title.
Dances.
That's a good
title. Dare
to
Dance with Him. So I wrote a book on dance. So now I'm being paid to teach children to dance. I wrote a book, and then we had a studio. But because I wrote that book, I started getting invitations to come and teach at other places around first the city and then the state and then, West Coast and then all over America, then Europe and just all over. I'm moving. So everywhere I went just to teach a workshop on the dance, it was this idea of, well, you're here for 1 week, one weekend or a day. We wish you would come for longer. Boom, here's the idea of, so we can host a conference. because the desire for those in the arts, we weren't teaching just dance. I'm teaching dance, but we had drumming, we're teaching flag, baton, we're teaching acting, and every genre of dance.
All of the art.
Yeah, so I was over it, but I wasn't a teacher of all of it. We just had incredible, it just grew so fast. And again, back to this church, the leaders have opened the doors for us to do a lot of this as much as they can. And we're traveling with the leaders. And if I tell you how what says the God story started with the dance, because of the dance, I'm on stage with people like Celine Dion and Kirk Franklin and what's her name? Reba McEntire was asked when Billy Graham came to town, and he had we call it kids gig. So before the parents went into the Raymond James Stadium, I am the one that was asked to command that show. And I'm like, Lord, how did I get here?
In the world.
It all started with the dance. So Billy Graham is coming to Tampa. And here I am. I have to be the one in charge, along with my mentor, of all these kids. So we're performing in front of 70,000 children. Just blow my mind.
Way beyond what you ever dreamt.
Like better than Broadway.
That's right.
Better than Broadway, because we're making a difference here. I'm just, so even when I think about it and I look back and I see the pictures, a lot of them are not online because I work with children, so we couldn't legally, put.
But it went by, did it go by in a flash?
It did. It did. So all of that, the multiple streams of income happened with me teaching dance and acting and writing the book and having workshops and having conferences, and then I began to speak. I became a speaker, which I was very nervous about because of my accent. I'm like, Lord, I'm not good with English, and people are asking me to speak. But it became easier when they said to me, share your story. I'm like, okay, that I can do all day, right? But I was so nervous to speak. I'll dance up a storm. I'll dance for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to speak. I'm good. No, that's somebody else. But I started getting so many speaking engagements, and I'm paid. I have checks that for one weekend that some people didn't make in a month. I said, Lord, how did I get here? So then all of this is happening. The studio was growing because I worked at David A. Straw's Performing Arts Center downtown.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I, as an adjunct professor, I'm working there, one of two Black or brown instructors that work there. And a lot of the Caucasian and the very wealthy people often came to my class like, can you teach my child this or that? The cultural ethnic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, but they don't really have that here. But they were asking me to teach them outside or privately. So now the studio that we had is growing because the demand to teach their kids the dances that the brown people did, right? The hip hop, the street dances, the drumming, all those things. It was growing. And one day, I'm a dreamer, Dawn. So dream with me for a moment. I live in Tampa, right? So the church was around Central near the airport. I'm driving north on Dale Mabry. And there used to be a Sam's Club. I think it's now a Walmart. So I'm driving down Dale Mabry. Here's a Sam's Club over to the left. And I had this wonderful, dumb idea. Oh, we need more space. Maybe I can buy Sam's Club. Your face is...
Yeah, that would enter my mind.
See?
I rent it maybe, but buying it?
Yeah, so
Right.
it entered my mind. I should buy Sam's Club. I had never purchased anything other than a home at that time. Don't know much about American finances. Don't know much. I tell you, audience, start with a dream, and God will fill in the blank, and learn and educate yourself and be around the right people. Because I knew nothing about buying commercial properties. I knew nothing about properties, period. But I had this dream, and it's funny, and I tell people it's a silly, dumb, good mistake. When I did meet with the realtor, multiple realtors were there, but I don't know why they even met with me. They didn't even pre-qualify me. At the time, they didn't. Maybe my name looked like I was somebody rich, whatever it was. They met with me, and within 5 minutes, they knew this girl ain't serious. She cannot. But I was serious.
Well, where's the mistake?
So the mistake is that's the dream that started this book. They knew I couldn't afford it. I came in there believing I could buy it. I don't know if I even thought about what the price would be, naivete. But before I left, I said to the realtor, I said, okay, this is too expensive, but what would it take for me to get these type of building at a discount? Like, seriously? Are you like in this space talking about? Yeah. And she said, the one realtor said, if you want to buy commercial property or any property at cost, you need to be in real estate. She said, you need to be a realtor or an investor, something of the rather.
Broker.
Yeah, a broker, something. I'm like, okay, what is that and why? That took me on a journey that brought me here. Because she said that, and I said, I will be. And I went forward. A few weeks later, the man I wrote about in the book who became my first mentor, I went to his workshop in Tampa at a hotel. He's teaching people how to buy properties. Because my goal was set on, for real, was set on Sam's Club. And he's teaching how to buy properties with little or no money down. It's crazy, but sometimes I can be gullible. But I believe first, and then I try to fill in the blank. I don't poke hole in everything, right? So at the time I'm married, I'm like, this sounds interesting, but it's too good to be true. So they invited us to Orlando to a full seminar, like 4 or 5 days, I can't recall. And at that seminar, I learned so much, didn't pay a dime other than the gas in the hotel room. I learned so much about real estate. I learned so much about how to buy property at cost, how to buy property. It was insane. So within 30 days, not Sam's Club, but I purchased a house, no money down, on a piece of paper. Just purchased a house. Went home. We're living at that time, Hyde Park near Bayshore. My husband said, you got to be kidding, because we're going to jail. He said, I do not.
He didn't believe it.
Yeah, who would believe it? I honestly didn't believe it, but I literally followed.
That stuff doesn't happen down in the Bahamas. It happens here all the time. But to you, it's like odd.
I never, and nobody in my circle at the time was doing this, right? And nobody even believed what I was saying. But 30 days later, I took action. And that's part of what I talk about in this book. Women take action. Take action, right? Don't just sit on a dream. You have to do what's in your heart to do.
Yeah, everybody daydreams. We all daydream and do nothing. But it's getting off that seat, turning that TV off and saying, I'm going to put it on paper.
And getting off the phone.
Yeah.
Getting off the phone and strolling and do something. 9
times out of 10, that's the only difference. People never start.
Taking action. And that's why I said that naivete, that dumb, what I call stupid mistake of trying to buy Sam's Club landed me with a house just a few months later. In fact, from Orlando to me owning a house, having the keys, was 30 days. And of course my husband's like, oh, we're going to do. I don't know what you do because you borderline criminal. I don't know what you do. I said, but I did what my instructors said. I'm really like getting you understanding. I said, I followed the steps. I literally went to this man's house and I'm reading verbatim off a paper. I went da 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 da, huh? Wait for the question. Da 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 da, huh? I waited for the question. This is close the deal. Would you like to sell your house today? Because I would buy it for cash. And I'm like, okay, you just said that. And the man said, yes.
And you went.
I said, oh, he don't speak English too well.
He didn't understand when I asked. Better ask again.
Again, because he was from another country, very little English. I said to him, he said, let me call my daughter. Call your daughter. I need you to understand. And the men signed on the yellow line. I'm smart enough to understand, and I'm a paralegal. Well, I have that. Not that I am, but I did study a bit of that in college. So got an attorney, went to the office. Here I have a house. A few days later, $45,000 is in my bank account because I took action. I went, wow, okay, that was good. That was good.
This is easy. I'll do this every day.
This is easy. And then it made my ex a believer. And then I was like, okay, all we need to do is what? Repeat and repeat and repeat. And I just started buying properties and flipping them. And I held some and connected with HUD and places like that. And repeat. People started noticing. And now, this is where the multiple streams of income I talk about. when you act, people notice. So people who knew me is like, what is she doing? They're seeing me do stuff. They see my life being elevated. Not so much, because you can tell according to what we have, but you can tell when there's a difference. People are renting from us and they're spreading the word. Oh, Paulette owned that house. And they, not just me, but my ex and I. So the word is spreading. And now we're teaching workshops. So we're teaching and we're expanding and going throughout. It was just maybe West Central Florida teaching this thing. It was insane. So fast forward to 2020. Obviously, property happened, and then Airbnb came in play and Verbo.
Yeah.
But from the experience of having properties and knowing how to flip them and manage them, like Airbnb was nothing for me. So this happened, and in 2020, we're all sitting at home, right? The world supposedly, and being stressed out, and having like that's the most I've ever spoken on the phone. 2020. I probably logged more hours than my life before that.
I think everybody did.
Because I had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And I did take some classes though. I took like a lot of financial classes because I started becoming interested in finances. But the conversations from my friends and my sisters, it was a lot of fear. I was afraid too, but I thought I was going to die. That was my fear. A lot of their fear was, oh, I can't work. I can't feed my kids. We're going to lose this. We're going to lose that. And I realized, oh, that is not my fear. But I do understand everybody has something, we all struggle. Oh, that is not my fear. Why? I question myself. Why am I not afraid of losing the house or losing the car or whatever? And you know what it was?
Faith.
It was, I wish I could attribute to God, God forgive me, but it honestly wasn't faith. I wasn't even that spiritual. It was because I said for 20 years, I had set myself up with having multiple streams of income. That when the world stopped, and a lot of it was passive. So when the world stopped, the money kept coming. So I didn't think, I'm like, okay, they're paying and this is happening. This, affiliate market is happening and money from the book and money from the renters. It's still coming in. And here I am sitting on my butt. I admit I was lazy during COVID. I gained weight. Why didn't this happen to me? And I realized, oh, because I took action and I did this, and that. And I call it accidental success. But one thing, I am not a lot of things. But what I am is I'm a believer in God. I believe I do have faith. But if I want something, I go after it. I go hard on
persistent.
I go hard on the grind after it. I believe in the Bible, what it says about everything, including money. And I believe what God has for me. And more importantly, I take action. So I had taken action all these years. So when everything stopped and I could not, because I remember when the world stopped, I lost like that week, I think they canceled about $3,000 worth of workshops because I was teaching that week. Everybody's canceling. Oh,
Oh yeah.
And money started disappearing of the things I had in my funnel, we call it, right, on my calendar. But they started coming in. And that was the preface of this book. I realized, gosh, I would be selfish to not share this. And before that, I'm a private person. I'm an outgoing person, but I'm a private person. It might be hard. Like I'll let you know what you want to know, what you think you want to know, but you don't really know me unless you know me. That's how I am. So I'm very private. People don't know about money. People don't know what I own. I never shared it before this book. And the reason I didn't share it again was selfish. I'm like, let everybody do their own work. Then people think you have money, they'll beg you for money. All that's selfish. Sorry. Mm-hmm. So I didn't. But I felt when I saw the pain, my sisters and my friends, Dawn just scrabbling like, oh, am I going to get what is that check called? Stimulus check. Just spending so much time on a stimulus check, needing it. How can I help? How can I be selfish? Mm-hmm.
So you wrote this in 2020, 2021. When did you start writing it?
This year.
This year. Rather new.
Yeah. I started writing it in May. Thank God.
Wow.
And then we started emerging. We start an emerging writers group here at Cohatch and released this book September 1st.
September 1st. That's just a month and a half ago.
Yeah, the book
Well,
just
that's
got released.
incredible.
The story started way back when.
And
But yeah.
is this on Amazon or where can people get it?
So you can get my book on Amazon.com.
Okay.
There's an ebook version, of course, a paperback. You can get Amazon.com.
Do you have a website
I
or
do.
Facebook?
I do. Anywhere on social media, you can reach me at Paulette PRA. So I don't know if you get
That's
to put that.
PAULETTE
PRA.
PRA.com.
Yeah. Anything. Yeah.
Okay.
That's no on social media. So TikTok and
Okay,
Instagram.
your handles.
Whatever. My handle is Paulette PRA. And it's simply my name and then my initials.
Okay.
That's what that is. My website is myname.com.
Okay.
My name is very different. Paulette Rolle-Alesnik. Should I spell that?
Go ahead.
My name is spelled PAULETTEROLLEALESNIK. So you can find me at PauletteRolle-Alesnik.com or Paulette PRA.
What is the academy that you were speaking before this?
Oh, I get excited. So the academy is really a more extensive version of this book. That started my business in 2020 when I started coaching women how to create multiple streams of income. So basically, me putting my life in video forms and saying to women, this is what I do, these are some things I did. I started with, and that's on my website, right? PauletteRolle-Alesnik.com. Just click Academy, you'll see courses. I start with the mindset because I realize that stops us a lot. I think I might be a little bit crazy. Cut that out. I think I might be a little bit crazy because
We all are, to a degree.
But it's the crazy part of me that accomplishes things. I have to admit that. So I'm a little bit out there with the way I think, not
You
spiritual.
want me to tell you crazy? I have a logo that says I am Lakeland. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You take away the LKLN, so you have I am. I'm crazy enough to think that there's 9 billion people on Earth. And every one of them knows what I am. I am hungry. I'm tired. I'm late. I'm broke. I need more. Everybody, all 9 billion know what I am is. Why can't I have merchandise or sell merchandise for every single one of them? I am Paulette.
Yeah.
I am golf. I am football. So I am crazy enough to believe that I could sell or make an impression. I am love to all 9 billion people. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I will join you in your crazy.
See? We all got it in us.
Let's be crazy.
So people can learn about the multiple streams of income through the course online?
Yeah. So if you want to purchase the book is detailed, very detailed. And the last chapter of the book was written by my personal financial advisor, who he's licensed to the Hill. He moves money in any banking institution. Like you just don't get more license than he is. So he moves my money. He makes me good money. He makes me serious money because I'm aggressive with that. So he wrote, because I'm not licensed, right? I share my story. You can't take away from me what I did. You can't take away from me the money I made. You just can't. It's who I am. So I document that and I give you suggestions. I tell the ladies what I do. And then he come and he bookends it with, here's the strategies of the legal strategy. So it's just a good marriage for the book. So if you just want to do it yourself, that's fine. Grab the book. It's online. It's on Amazon. If you want somebody to hold your hand, if you're that person who's like, I know I'll read the book, and then 6 months later, the book is collecting dust. Like I said, I'm a lot of things, but one thing I'm not is probably lazy. I take action. That's a crazy part of me. I take action. Sometimes I jump. Sometimes I collect information. Sometimes I have half of the information. Sometimes I'm jumping and information is still coming. But if I believe it, I will do it. You know how they said, if you believe it, you will achieve it? If I believe something, I'm going to go for it. So if you need somebody to hold your hand and say, I have the book, or I prefer that more, that, I need more as far as the daily videos, because you'll get 30 videos in your inbox. You'll get homework that pull stuff out of you. What is your why? right? I know my why. I've struggled through that. I've lived through that. What is your why? What do you need money for? Can you take a vacation when you want to? Do you have enough set aside for retirement? Does retirement scare you? Right? Have you been divorced recently or been divorced and still struggling? So if you're struggling after divorce, which is part of how I end up doing a lot of this, if you're struggling after the divorce, if you went to college and you still got that what they
Student
call
loan.
a student loan for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you know the job will never pay you that in a lifetime, then this course is for you. Just got a divorce, maybe changing career, or struggling through the immigration system like you got here, you're here legally, and you're like, I need to make this work. Maybe this course is for you. Or maybe you're like me, you're transitioning, because I was in the arts, fully immersed, successful, right? To God be the glory. And then did a complete pivot in that. You're like, I need to change my career. Maybe it's too stressful. Maybe it's not for me anymore. Something changed in your life. Then the course is for you because you get the videos, you get me with it, right? You get
So people can contact you, they access, answer questions, you're available.
yeah. In fact, they get the first 30 minutes for those who just don't always believe everything they read on the internet or hear on the news, like me. You get to have a discovery call for 30 minutes. And ask me a hard question. Say, this is what I want to do. Can you help me? Can you do this? Have you done this before? Do you think we're a good fit? It's either a yes or a no, or let me think about it. Wait, either way, I'm not mad and you're not mad because we both can move forward. If I'm a good fit for you, then take the course. I believe I can help women because you know what I believe about myself, Dawn? I truly believe that I'm a force, like a mighty force for financial empowerment. And I have that global thing in my head. I believe I'm a global force for financial empowerment because part of this book and part of what I do, and it burdens me now, is I want to teach women the intricacies of how money works. I want to coach them with this book, with the course, with on like coming into live spaces and speaking, coaching them to financial freedom, how to take bold action, not just action, like boom, go in and believe it and take action towards financial freedom.
You have to have the thought before you have the action. You have to have the thought before you have the action, the dream, and then implement the action.
Right? It has to start here.
That's
and
right.
part of the course, in fact, the entire first 7 days, is strictly on mindset, winning the mindset. Because like I really part of what I do when I vet those I want to work with, it's not just about like paying for my course and making money. Let's not waste time. What do you think about money? What do you think about yourself? Where you are spiritually, mentally? The course talks about that because that's how I got through and that's how I got over. So talking about having that strong mindset, if you don't have it, it's okay.
It can be developed.
Yeah.
It can be developed.
To learn it somewhere.
Right. I wasn't born with it. You were born with it. You develop these things.
Drives down Dale Mabry when making that maybe $45,000 at 50, and who just says I'm gonna buy Sam's car? Like I didn't even question what it cost. I just said, oh, we need to buy Sam's Club.
Did they ever give you an answer to that?
Don't know. They
Probably in the millions.
Oh yes, they did, and I don't remember what it was. It was just not.
And Dale Mabry in Columbus is probably prime location.
Dale Mabry is the prime.
It's probably in the millions.
It was in the millions, and this is way back in the 90s when this happened.
Okay.
It was in the 90s when this happened. Was it? Yeah. No. It would have been no, because I got married in no. So this is early 2000 when this happened.
Okay.
So maybe 2003 or 4, because I wrote the book in 2004, and the book was written right after I met my mentor, because I went to the class for real estate, and they said, you should write a book. And they thought I read on real estate, but I wrote it on dance, because that's all I knew.
Yeah.
No about real estate then. So it was around early 2000.
Is that part of the full circle? Is that everything you said?
The full circle has to do with Lake. So thank you so much for this interview, because it's dredging up stories I haven't shared in a while, and I
appreciate you sharing them.
I like sharing my life story. I hope it can help someone. But I wanted to say this about the course for ladies, those of you, because this is something that's I shouldn't say near and dear to me, but what else?
You
For lack
feel
of
strongly
words.
about it. It's obvious that there's emotion in it.
Yeah. So their COVID, I don't know the stats, so I'm not going to use numbers, but I heard and read on some, I'm always researching stuff, that so many divorces happen when husbands and wives were forced to live together
I didn't hear
during
that. I didn't know
COVID.
that. It makes sense, but I never heard that.
So many people, well, I know myself, at least 9 of my sisters, not blood sisters, but sisters, who got divorced, like within a year. So if you, maybe you can Google it, y'all Google it and fact check me. But so many people got divorced during COVID because they realized they loved someone, didn't like someone, and all this stuff happened.
Wow. I never thought about that.
So a lot of divorce happened. I was divorced, not during COVID, but I was divorced. Starting over was hard for me. I don't have the children living in my house like the millions of women who become single women again when men leave. But I see the devastation though, because I have friends who have children who have been left. And I said to myself, if it's so hard for me as a woman starting over, right? I choose not to take alimony. Many people thought I did because like this, like, oh, here she is. She's like, this dip happened in my life. It happens all the time. I fail, but I never stay down. You can't keep me down. I don't care. So I fail, it happened, and people think she's using alimony money. I walked away with $0, with zero everything. Let's just start over. I didn't have the heart, and this is what hurt. I didn't have the heart to ask a good man to support me when I pull away from a marriage. Now that's just, to me, that's ungodly. You do what you want to do, and many women do it because that's 20 years in. There's a lot I could have gotten, but I walked away from it. That was painful. I questioned myself. How do you fail? How do you give 20 years into a relationship and then you're here? Did you make a decision? Why did you at least get a little bit of alimony? Why didn't you ask? $0. And now I'm starting over like a high school person.
And then your sisters who had kids had it even harder than you, as you mentioned.
When I tell you the stories, I have a cousin who I won't call her name. I hope they don't put two and two together, who has children. I have a good friend who a co-worker, now a friend, who has children. Oh, both of them have 2 girls. Then I have another sister.
Well, just go ahead and give them their name.
Right.
They can figure that one out. That's easy.
Well, the sister don't mind. Oh, my sister, I share her story all the time. I don't need permission. She cannot beat me. But the others, friends and cousins, I have multiple cousins with girls, so that's good. But these 3 in particular, I watch the devastation, how their lives unravel when men who loved them supposedly walked away and left them with children. And when I tell you, I know, I'm like, if it's this hard for me, imagine those women. My heart hurts. It still hurts as I think about it. And nothing has been rectified in these situations I'm talking about. And so I think that's why the passion, it comes out of me like a crazy woman and I talk so fast. Because if I can help my cousin, my friends, and one of my cousins, she's back on the right track with this, and we got her moving with multiple streams of income and giving her an angel loan, doing angel investment. Just help a little bit with that. I'm not at all a what do you call it when you don't like men? I forgot that name. Like the women, like
Lonely.
like the women who are so liberal and they think they can do it all by themselves.
Liberation, women's lib.
Yeah, but there's a word for it. But I'm not that. I'm not like here to say men are dogs, men don't take care. No, not at all. I'm just talking about my experience. And my ex-husband is not a dog at all. That's my decision. But I remember feeling so ashamed and so lost. And how do you, at this age, after 20 years, have nothing and starting over? And I see my cousins and my sister, my friend, who these men who are successful, successful in the millions, walk away from their kids. And these women have to, like me, start over.
Let me ask you a question.
That's
I'm
why
sure you thought about it.
have their own money.
What do you suspect the men are thinking? The ones who left. What are they thinking? What do you think? They think this woman's nuts. I don't want nothing to do with her no more. I'm going to see my kids every 2 weeks. What are they thinking in your mind?
Oh my gosh, that's a deep. Oh, that is the
I
question.
can find somebody better who won't yell at me.
That's the question of the century. Without talking their business, I know one is absolutely insane. It's crazy and egotistical,
Yeah, insecure.
and more than that, maybe the devil. I don't know what they are. That's the question of the century. I know this. I don't know how men or women, because some women walk away too, can leave their children, not take care of them, and use the word Christian or be under the umbrella of a church. Like, to me, that is so ungodly in the highest level. So I don't know, was there infidelity in the marriages, and that's none of my business. The only thing I see is the children here. I see these children are not being taken care of. I see these women struggling, losing weight, losing their hair, getting sick. They're my friends, so they talk to me details that I cannot share, like suicidal, depressed, because men left. One of them left. One of them, the husband left when the child was 5 months old, and the other one was a year and a half. Just left. And the other left when she was 7 and 5. Just
the
left.
only
No
thing that comes to
support.
my mind is I'm more important than my kids.
You're a man. Maybe you can answer that.
That's the only thing I can think of is I'm putting myself before my kids. And screw you. I can get another woman
Right.
and I'll get to see my kids every 2 weeks.
Because the law says so.
Right.
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of. But
I don't have the
personally,
answer
I
to
put my
this.
family, my kids before me.
Thank you.
That works.
Right.
26 years marriage so far.
That's the one we did.
Yeah, 26. We had just 26 this month.
And how many children?
2. My son is 23, and my daughter's 19. They
That's
both,
one who just graduated. I remember
Yeah.
you had some posts about her graduation.
yeah. She went to a makeup college, a makeup vocational, and she learned to do makeup. So she's really into makeup and bridals and all that good stuff.
Good business.
Yeah. So what is the banquet and concert December?
Oh, yeah. So this is my passion, pulling away from work here. I love, I guess it's all tied in, but I have a passion for the homeless community.
Okay.
And it's been there for a while.
And it's getting worse, I noticed. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. You see it, it's stale, not drawn. No. It's getting worse. It's not getting better.
And the proof of that, I don't know if you follow me, but I did a post just last week, and this has never happened before, the storm. We served 172 homeless people in and around downtown and this area near here in less than an hour. The food was gone. And I'm looking around and asking my friend who goes out with me, I'm like, where did these people come from? What? Because normally we'll go to a couple of sites, less than an hour, the food was gone.
Yeah, you see the lines here in Mon Park. Yeah.
We don't even feed them here because you need a permit and all that. But I see every time I come to the Cohatch, I'm here, and I have friends and I have clients who have office here. They're there. But this thing, it's not getting better. And I tell you what, the face of homelessness has changed. It used to be where you see someone, it was that typical image of he or she smells bad, matted hair, no makeup and all. You can see the evidence, right, of being unhoused. Sometimes people would think they're on drugs, alcohol, whatever, mental issues, which is often the case for many homeless. But the face has changed on people like you and me, even me and all the makeup and stuff, right? I got my makeup on today, got my hair maybe a little bit fixed. Are homeless.
People who worked their whole lives.
And some of them go to work. If you see what I see, anybody watching this can attest to how I hit the streets. Weekly, I'm on the streets. And when I sit and hear the backstory, some of the people in America, right here in Lakeland, work and go to live in their cars. Some of them won't even let, there was one lady, I said, you got to let someone know you're on the street because you have a girl. She said, if I do, they'll take my baby away.
That's
so
true.
they live, it is true. So they live in their car. Many of them with their children live in their car. They pick them up and they go. And some of them, obviously, sometimes, it's a temporary shelter. They'll go in a shelter, but the shelters are so overwhelmed and so booked. I pray that they do get into places like Lighthouse for Women or Talbot House because they have comprehensive programming that they can be there
They're
for,
very important around here,
yeah,
both of them.
for 12 months, 12 to 18 months. And then you have Salvation Army apartment complex sponsored by Publix. Go Publix. Free shout out because Publix is amazing when it comes to supporting the community. So I don't, oh, can I do that on your show?
Of course,
Say go Publix?
there's no accident in where living is a pleasure.
No.
That's the Southgate Arch.
There you go. Because Publix is, I tell you, free promo to Publix, not that they need it, but they have a complex on Griffith where they house full families and all that. So I have a passion for the homeless because I believe that, like, to function well, having a solace, having a place of peace is what
Security.
Because I know when I get mad, when everybody in the world ticks me off, when somebody says something on social media against me, my belief, my how I vote, what I believe for, I'll be like, oh, I'm a teacher. But when I get in my house, in my bed, because I can shut the phone off, I can turn the TV off, the news off. But when I get in my house, in my safe space, everything is better for me. When I'm having a hard day, it's too hot, it's too cold. When you get in the door and I see my dog, like my brain works better.
It's true.
Right? It's like, oh, I'm home kind of thing.
That's where I meditate.
Right. You can shed the clothes that you think are too tight or whatever. Take your makeup off, take your weave off. Home is, you don't know that. Listen, you know, you're getting to know me.
That's a good one. I love that. That's one of my favorites I've ever heard on my show. Because I've seen there was a TikTok recently. This girl was complaining at the sports game to this guy, and he just reached. It was funny. It was funny. Yeah.
Listen, take them lashes.
That's my daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know when you're home, and then the people that you love, the people that security, that's peace,
Yeah.
that's solace, that's home. So those without that, though, they have to be this constant alertness, this constant. Even when they sleep, do they rest? Because their minds are thinking, you know, that they steal
Safety.
each other's stuff.
Security.
Yeah, they steal each other's stuff. They rape. People get raped and abused and even killed on the streets. And so just that makes me think, wow, legalized drug takes a lot of them out.
Sure.
And a lot of them, in fact, on the streets because of that, because the dependency. And it's hard to judge. I do realize some make the decision, but some of them don't. They, like your mom, went through the proper channel of having surgery, or especially the vets, you know, my heart cries because my ex-husband was a vet. Just having to have medication to cope coming back from the places they serve in the world that they can't tell us. They need the medication and then they're addicted. One thing leads to another. So to silence the noise and the pain,
Yeah.
anyways, one day a year, actually twice. Mother's Day, we have just the homeless women. We bring them in and we show them good time, just the mothers.
Is that like May?
It's May.
Okay.
So we'll do it. Mother's Day is normally on a Sunday. So we'll typically do it on like Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
So I partner with some of the vendors who will do their nails. They'll go and get their nails done, go and get their hair done. And then we'll come in and have a little session, feed them, and we'll talk. That one is like, oh, lots of tears. We allow them to share, whether it's the pain of being a homeless mom or just the joy of it, whatever you want to share.
They get that day to be princess.
You get to be seen. Beautiful. And then in December, the big one, a couple hundred of them are there. We call it I Believe in Miracles VIP banquet and concert. So it's dinner and a concert. It started with just that, Dawn, but it grew because of lovely community people. It grew into this whole thing with service and concert and a hot meal. Now, it always started as a bang, just because I believe in doing it. Whatever you do.
You started the action, it started, and it gets big because you're moving.
Yeah, people start believing in you, right? So my life scripture is, whatsoever you do, do it as unto the Lord. And not for men, because it is God who rewards you. So I kind of like to do things nice. So when the first one we had in Tampa was at a church, and it was just a nice little dinner. That's all it was. Oh, let's feed them. The church bussed them in, and then when we took them back to the streets, a lot of them that we served, I'm like, why didn't you call me? I had this Christmas thing for you, blah blah blah. Oh, I'm not coming to that church. I'm not, So I realized there was a lot of push against the church, so we pulled it out of the church because we still want you to come. It's not a church thing; it's a Jesus thing. So we bring them in, and all of our beautiful partners now, they get their haircut for free, shower for free, makeover. Like your daughter might want to come.
Wow.
They get their nails done, not no set, just clean manicure and get your hands massaged. All of that happens in the morning. Polk County Health Department comes and do health screening with them
Where's this held
at the Dream Center of Lakeland.
Dream
So you
Center?
can just Google the Dream Center for Lakeland. There's only one, and they have partnered with us and adopted the program since I moved to Lakeland. Right, that was another God story. And before that, in Tampa, another organization had adopted. Like, people just adopt this stuff, and honestly, most of the people in Lakeland don't know it's my program. They said, "Oh, the Dream Center Banquet." Yeah.
A Dorcas?
No, not Dorcas. The Dream Center is Pastor Mike Cooper, Pastor Steve, Pastor Nick, Whitney.
Okay. I don't know if I met them yet.
I would like to give you a tour one day. They do a lot of stuff. So they've adopted a program in that they are a title sponsor. They give us the building, connect us with resources for food, just whatever we need, like socks. They'll donate whatever comes in. Like, hey, Paulette, just let us know.
That's fantastic.
And they just adopted, but it's a big party. First, they get all cleaned up. So imagine, okay, let's create a visual here. Imagine that you and your wife invited me for Christmas lunch or dinner. So what I'm going to do before I show up at your house, I'm sure I'll fix my hair, my makeup, right?
I want to say it.
Right, and I'm gonna
I won't say it.
But all of this will happen. So this is the premise of how it got to be so fancy. If I go to dinner at your house with an invitation, I am going to look nice.
Sure.
And I am going to expect. So all of that, and put on nice clothes and spray it, and I look at it before I get in my car. So when we invite them to have lunch with us at a concert, we say, okay, we know you want to look, and maybe you didn't take a shower. It's not going last week or last month, whatever the case is. So we provide a way for them to have shower. We provide a tiny boutique for them to get, not clothes for the month, but just something nice and clean to wear to the banquet. Barbershop, shout out to My Touch Barbershop. Fade Phoenix and Fly Fade. They've partnered with me for 4 years now.
Who?
Fly Fades. These are people cut here. Fly
Okay.
Fades and Fade Phoenix and My Touch Barbershop. My Touch Barbershop, they don't miss a beat. They partner with us and they're cutting here. The line is so long, the banquet is almost over and they're still cutting here. So they get them all nice, and I can send you pictures later so you can see it, but they get them looking nice. Then they come in, and of course they do the medical stuff, they shower, they have breakfast when they first get there because we don't know if they ate the night before. So we have someone who in fact is JJ Fusion. They give them coffee and something hot.
Have you guys documented it as well?
Yes, I'll send you. Yes, I'll send you the page.
Put that on your site. People can see that as well.
Oh, it's on there. We have a page just for it.
Okay.
It's called I Believe in Miracles. Because we feed every week. We're out on the street, but it's not fancy. It's like, okay, let's just get you some water, whatever we can afford. It's not much that we can give, but we're feeding them all the time. But on this day, look good, smell good, come, let's have the conversation.
December 4th.
And when they come into the banquet, it truly is a banquet. Linen tablecloths, real china, real hot 3-course meal. This year it's being donated by, actually, for the last few years. So shout out to the estate at Carpenters.
No, I used to work on that dishwasher.
Well, yeah, so they donate.
I used to work there, yeah.
They donate, they just say, Paula, what do you need? How many people? And we pick up a hot 3-course meal from bread to dessert. We just need to pick it up from them. So it's not a plaything. And you sit down, and we have a team. I have a friend of 30 years out of Tampa. She manages for me. We have a serving team, a professional. They're not professional, but for that day.
Sure.
They put on bow ties, white shirts, black bottoms. They stand behind the table. It's all nicely set up like a wedding. People have told me I haven't been to a wedding this nice. So, and when it's time after we pray for the food and have some laughs, they're served like they are the VIP that they are. Because our core value, or I believe in miracles, are these. Remind them of their worth. Do you know what it is to wake up smelling bad, not knowing? Imagine where it would take you mentally. Are you important to anybody? Does God even love me? Do the people who see me and pass by me, do they see me? Or do they see me and then forget? So we remind them of their worth. We remind them, we see you here. We remind them that Christ loves them. We serve them with dignity. So it's the same way I serve you, the same way I would serve the president.
Sure.
The same way I would serve the mayor is how we serve them.
That's something you wish you could do every day.
I wish I can do it every day. It'll be, nobody would volunteer. But on this 2 days a year, 2 days a year, we just go for it.
And do people need to sign up to help volunteer or anything? How do you?
Yes. So if you want to volunteer, right now, I tell you, God is always so good to us. We're almost max in all of the department. Like the makeup station, your daughter will put her in. We have Mary Kay professionals who come every year to do this. We do still need people to do nails and a few more servers. So if you want to serve, but all the other departments are completely, they keep coming back. I tell you, I'm crazy, and people, it's catching. So for years, there are people who have volunteered with us for 10, 7, 8 year. They keep coming back, these volunteers.
That's wonderful.
So you can sign up on, obviously, if you reach me on any of my social media, I would connect you to the page. But we're on Facebook, I Believe in Miracles, IBIM. And just let us know you want to volunteer. We'll connect you with a leader.
Don't forget her book. And I got a little something for you.
Gift.
Thank you so much. Did you sign this, I need you to sign it. Thank you so very much.
What does it say?
You-
I am Lakeland. I'm representing all the women who had to start over after divorce, then start over. Listen, you can still have your own money and you don't have to stress out. So that's who I am. Representing those women who hurt. Financial pain is a painful thing that we don't talk about. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we don't speak very much about.
We don't.
Just like the depression and stuff.
We don't. We know people are out there hurting and they kill themselves because of finances. They get divorced, but we don't talk about it much and how to help them. I hope that my book and my story will help. Because you know what I like to say? If I can do it, I am just a small little immigrant girl who came to this country with nothing, had nothing, been nothing but God. God has used my life. He's used my yes. And he's used my crazy faith to say, yeah, you can buy that. You can. He's used my faith. If I can do it, any woman can do it. But they have to be willing, Dawn, to put in the work. Is it easy? No. But is it hard? No.
If you call a friend or call someone, they'll help you.
Yes.
Don't try to do it alone.
No.
Don't try to do it alone.
No.
There's always someone who wants to help.
The story with this book is, so I set a goal at the beginning of the year. I said, I will write a book this year. I want to write my story. And it was May. I went on vacation. I went on a 5-country tour, right? So I went to Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, St. John's. No, that's St. John's is next to, it was close to St. Thomas than Puerto Rico. And then ended up in the Bahamas. It wasn't planned, but 5 countries, 5 beaches. And I'm relaxed. This is summer vacation. This is spring break vacation. I'm a chill. I have my computer and I said, I will write my book. I will start my book. When I tell you I'm on the most beautiful beaches and every time I open the computer, I had my little drink there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to write this book. It's in my head. Perfect. Like nothing happened. The beaches were quiet, right? So I came back to Lakeland and some of my friends always said, I wanted to write a book. I want to write a book. Some of them.
I've heard it too.
Yeah, people have been saying that. Don't say things to me because sometimes I hold you to it. But this was a selfish mission. So I said, hey, I remember that one time you said you wanted to write a book. I got 5 women who had mentioned they wanted to write a book. I said, well, I
And that's when you guys showed up here?
yeah. I said, well, I kind of sort of need to write a book too, but I need help. I need accountability. See, to strengthen women, I said, I need accountability. I need somebody to ask me if I wrote a page or chapter today to encourage. None of them had written a book before. I had written a book before, but I had a professional publisher. And this was May, the end of May. The first meeting was in June, right here. And we met every week. And out of that, 2 books have been published. And Mina she didn't do a book, but she has up-leveled her content stuff. And 2 more books will be on Amazon by the end of this year.
Is Amy part of your group?
No.
No, okay. I know Mina. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's accountability.
Helping each other.
Right.
Feeding off each other.
That's what
Constructive criticism. Yeah,
and support, just that support. And sometimes we would get the certain people in the group, I'm not naming, would text us, did y'all do this, and this? I'm like, yeah, stay out of my phone. But it reminded us every week. If you open your mouth and say, this is our goal, because before we leave each week, we would ask each other, what's your goal? There's no pressure. What goal will you set for the next 7 days, 6 days, till you get back? So whatever it is, we'll support you. But we have this one lady, not calling her names, who would be this constant reminder. I'm like,
she's above average persistent.
Right? Needed it, appreciated it. Was part of birthing the book forward. Because when I want to go home and be lazy and put on Netflix, I'm like, Netflix will not write my book, neither anybody on Netflix. Like, just turn it off, take action, write your book. So 90 days, this book, we celebrated upstairs, actually. And I thank God for that. So,
Paulette, thank you so much
thank you
for your time. I really appreciate listening to your story.